We have 60 more tech sales, part 2. Welcome back. Here we go again. We have another 60 tech sales. This is going to be a follow-up. This is part 2 for my first video. Check out right here. Go back and watch that. So we're going to go through 60 different tech sales right now from Amazon Prime Days. Also, I'm going to throw in a couple from Microcenter and Best Buy because they're just that good. I couldn't pass them up. I'll put those in the beginning, and then all the rest will be from Amazon. So sit back if you love tech. Here we go again. 60 more tech products. Let's get into it. Okay, for the first product here, a couple of my viewers told me about this. It's just too good to pass up. Right over here, Microcenter. This is going to be the M4 Pro Mac Mini with 24 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD. Look at this, $999. Usually, what is it, $1,400 basically. $400 off right now. You can see in Chicago they have 7 available. There's ones in Westmont in Illinois. There's all over the United States, but you got to get out there and get them because I don't think they ship them to you. So you guys got to race out and grab these things. $999, $400 off. That's an incredible deal, right? Do you guys agree with that? Let's keep moving here. Well, actually, this one is from Amazon. So the next one over here, this is going to be the Seagate Portable 5 terabyte external hard drive, really. Now, this is not going to be an SSD. This is going to just be a normal spinning drive. But still, 5 terabytes right now for $109. That's 16% off, usually $130. Really good deal here. Now, obviously, this is going to be more for just long-term storage. If you want to archive something, you don't need the fastest SSD storage. Here you have 5 terabytes for close to $100. How do you go wrong with that? This is from Amazon. Again, all these links will be in my video description. So I don't have timelines in this because I'm just too busy. But you can go through all those products if you want and click on them and check them out if you don't want to watch the whole video. But let's keep moving. Okay, I got one from Best Buy, 3 more from Microcenter, and then all the rest are going to be from Amazon, just in case you're kind of worried about, all right, where are all the Amazon ones? Here we go, Best Buy. Take a look at this deal. This is going to be right now MacBook Air 13-inch. This is the M2 chip, all right? But 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabyte SSD, $699. This is brand new too. So you can get the, obviously this is the M2 chip only, but you do get the upgraded RAM, 256 gigabytes. That's kind of the standard SSD. But still, if you're kind of cheap and you want to go the lowest as possible, $699 right now for a brand new MacBook Air. And I actually have, I don't know where it is right now, but I have the M2. It works fine. It's a great system there. Then we got a couple other ones from Microcenter. Then I swear we're going to get back to Amazon here. So let's go to this one. Here we go. This one I thought was really good for Microcenter as well. The Apple M2 Pro 10. This is the M2 Pro. So that's going to be a Pro chip, comparable almost to the M4 chip. 16 gigs, but look at this. 8 terabyte SSD. Now this is certified refurbished. Microcenter does a good job at that, so they're going to be very close to new. But I mean, 8 terabyte with an M2 Pro chip, $1,349. That's incredible, right? I mean, 8 terabytes cost $2,400 from Apple usually. This thing's $1,349 for the whole computer. How can you go wrong there? So sweep that up as well. See, this is why I'm showing these Microcenter deals because they're just too good to pass up. This next one over here, this is the M3 Pro chip. The other one was the M2. This is the M3 Pro chip, 18 gigs of RAM. But look at this, 1 terabyte SSD. And the big thing with this is the 16-inch. Look at that, 16.2 inches, 1640. Usually this is $609 off right now. So the M3 Pro is going to be at least as fast as the M4. Probably a little bit faster, I'd say, on multi-core and also the graphics as well. In 1640, and you're getting the full terabyte. And it's a 16-inch. So if you need that big size, I think that's a great deal. And then finally, the last one from Microcenter right here. Let's take a look. This is the 14-inch. What is this? The M2 Max, MAX. So we're going back a generation or two, but it's the Max chip here, 32 gigs of RAM, 4 terabyte SSD, 4 terabytes, $19.99 for the Max chip with 4 terabytes. They're saying you save $800. That's based off of the use. I mean, that's based off of, this is a refurbished one as well. A couple of those were new. So this one was refurbished. The other one, last one was new. So you have to just look at if it's new or refurbished. But still, I mean, originally this would have been like $4,000 at least, maybe more. So that's a really good deal there. And you just can't go wrong with this. So definitely check them out if you're near them. You may have to go on a little small drive. They're pretty good. Okay, if you need external storage but you want SSD now, we got a deal right here. Here's the SanDisk 2 terabyte Extreme Portable SSD. You know, obviously it's up to about 1,000 megabytes per second. You're probably going to get about 900 or so. IP65 water resistant, down to $119. Supposedly 42% off on this Prime deal. I don't think it's usually $207, but still, that's a really good price for an external pre-built SSD that's going to be, obviously 2 terabytes. So you get the idea there. I think that's a pretty good deal overall. You guys post in the comments, what do you think? All right, so our next product is sitting right here on my desk here, and I actually have it right over here. Look at my screen. This is the ProtoArc Ergonomic Vertical Mouse EM11NL. It's kind of a mouthful, but there it is right there, 23 bucks, usually 29 bucks. It's 20% off right now. It's got this weird shape, see it? I'm going to be showing you close-ups as I'm talking about it so you can see it on my desk here. It's got this weird shape. Now, why in the world would you actually buy a mouse with this shape? Well, actually, it's designed for a handshake grip. So hard to say that, and it basically reduces all the stress on your forearm. So if you have actually type of issues with your forearm, or you're starting to get like carpal tunnel syndrome, this actually can help you because it basically moves your arm to kind of grab the mouse differently. What I recommend with something like this, though, is it does take some training. So it takes about a week or two to get used to it, and it does have a kind of a chart on their website over here. It says it's for small to medium-sized hands, and they kind of have a measuring chart on the link here. I'll have a link to this in the video description. So definitely make sure your hand will fit this mouse. On the front of it, it has two buttons on the front, a scroll wheel, and then it has a DPI button here as well. And then on the side, it has two different buttons over here where your thumb can get to them. But definitely check out the website to make sure it's compatible with your system. On the bottom of it, you can see here, it does actually have two different ways you can connect Bluetooth as well as a USB dongle here, USB-A dongle. So you can connect two different ways. You can also connect to multiple different devices with Bluetooth as well. There's a button you can kind of cycle between them. And it just tracks really well. So overall, I mean, this is something that I would recommend for people, again, that want to try something different, where they're starting to get a lot of strain, and just give it a shot. I mean, it's 20-something bucks, and like I said, you do have to train your mind on it for a little longer than you would think, because it's going to take it's a lot different than a normal mouse, but over time, you start to get used to it. Oh yeah, one thing, it does have USB fast charging, 500 milliamp battery as well, and the charge port is actually in a place where you can still continue to use it if you have to. Long story short, it'll last about, I think, up to 90 days, about 3 months of continuous use before you have to recharge it, a very long time. I haven't had it that long yet, but I've actually never had to recharge it, so I know it works fairly well. Definitely check out this website. You can kind of see some pictures in here of how people hold it. They're kind of explaining what the difference is, and it takes, they even say 1 to 2 weeks of an adaptation time here. So anyways, long story short, pretty cool product. I like new tech. Let's keep moving. Okay, if you need a phone, and maybe you're not on the Apple ecosystem, right over here, we got the Samsung Galaxy S24 FE AI phone here, 529 bucks. So you can see down here, it's 25% off right now, usually $709. Prime Day sale, 4.5 out of 5. Really good phone here. So obviously this is going to be if you need to be on the Samsung or the actual Android ecosystem there. But overall, I know a lot of people that watch this could be. So, all right, building your own external storage. What do we find here? Right over here, a Cases 40 gigabit per second M.2 NVMe enclosure, SSD enclosure. So obviously you buy this, you throw in your own M.2 drive, and you can get speeds up to around 2,800 to 3,000 megabytes per second. The beauty with this one, it's 76 bucks. It's usually 117. This is the kind of the better one from Acasis. It comes with the 40 gigabit per second cord in here, you can see, and a fan. That's the key. So it does have a fan in here. The fan's going to cool down the drive. These things get very, obviously over time they can get hot if you're using them a lot. So the fan in there is a key. For 76 bucks, I think that's a really good deal, especially from Acasis, because Acasis is actually, one of the top companies. Just let's be honest. I think they're up there as far as making the external drives. Okay. This next product is really cool if you like mechanical kind of type keyboards, but just the design of this, really kind of a cool design. Let's take a look at this. The Gravistar Mercury K1, 75% wireless mechanical keyboard. I saw this in person when I was at a trade show. It's beautiful in person. You can't really tell here, but take a look at this picture here. Let me actually see if I can zoom in on some of this stuff. So it's basically got, all of the keys, you can see them there. It actually has the numbers on the bottom of the key. So not on the bottom, or kind of on the side of the key. It doesn't have them on the top. So it's a really clean look from the top. There's nothing on it. You can't see any of the letters or anything like that, or numbers. They're all kind of in a different position there. It's just a beautiful keyboard. 103 bucks, 20% off right now on the Prime Day special, 4.7 out of 5 as well. Let's kind of scroll down really quickly. I'll give you some other pictures here. Here we go. So you can kind of see how everything's in the front. It's got this kind of white light on the front of it. It's got this really cool kind of futuristic design. But in person, it looks even better. When I saw it sitting, these pictures don't do it justice. Let me actually go down. You can see that it connects in through a connection. It's got Bluetooth and it's got a dongle as well. Let me get down to the final pictures of some real pictures, because it doesn't do it justice until you see the real pictures. Okay, I think this is a good representation. Take a look how cool this looks if you have the right setup here. And let me just do another one. Look how clean that is with this guy's computer setup. It's got the black, the gray, the lighter gray, and the white, and then all these different systems. You can see how, I know people are totally into this kind of stuff, and they love kind of the way things look. This is a looker for sure, and it's a really great keyboard. I tested it at a trade show. I haven't used it long term, but for the cost, I think it's good, especially on sale. Okay, so if you're in the Apple ecosystem, you like AirTags, maybe the size isn't correct for you, maybe you want something different every once in a while, take a look over here. I recommend this. 2025 Apple MFI certified, iOS only, you can see here, but this is going to be the Bluetooth Tracker Smart Finder. It's basically like a little credit card size. Now it's a little bit thicker. It's like the size of 3 credit cards in the thickness, but this is the dimension. It's only $15.99 right now. It does come with the Find My, obviously, it's set up for the Apple ecosystem, so it's going to work just like an AirTag basically. But the main reason you'd pick something like this up, it's 20% off right now, is just because of the form factor. I mean, this can go into a wallet really easily, or you can slip it into like a car or something, and people might feel for AirTags, because they got some thickness to them. This one's flat, so maybe you want to wedge it in somewhere underneath the carpet or something, somewhere where you want to hide it easier. This one's going to give you more capability, and it's only $16. So, look at this, 4.7 out of 5 with 2,700 people ordered it. So you can't go wrong there. Looks like it works really well. Okay, I thought this next one was kind of a good deal here. Take a look. This is the Echo Show 8. This is the newest model with the Ring doorbell, basically the Ring battery doorbell. So you can see it here. It's a combo. It's down to $159, usually $250. So it's basically saved $90. So what do you get here? You actually get the actual Echo Show 8, which will actually work with Amazon and give you all those features, plus be able to see who's at your front door with it. So it gives you the screen and the little computer there, and you get the doorbell, which is a battery-operated doorbell. You can actually mount it very easily. So how could you go wrong with this? You get both of them for $159. Usually you have to buy them separately. I think that's a good deal. Okay, a lot of people don't know this exists, and some people love these things. I love them, actually. Take a look over here. I have one sitting over there. This is the Elgato Stream Deck MK.2. So what this basically is it's $109, 27% off right now, usually $150, 4.8 out of 5. You can see how many people love this. It's basically a program, it's a Stream Deck, but you can program every single button to do specific things. So if you're doing video editing, or if you're, managing like a podcast, you can have each button do something different, and you can kind of program those buttons that come up. These are like little mini screens here, and you can actually program them to show any kind of different you can throw in pictures or icons in there. It'll actually they're like mini LEDs basically, and they show up right in here. So, let's say you want to adjust the volume, or you want to do something on your computer really quickly. You buy one of these things. This one has 15 different buttons you can pre-program. Maybe you want to launch a browser. Maybe you want to do something, like I said, in a podcast, like you want to cut to another person. This is what it's perfect for. I mean, these things are used all the time. And, obviously there's a million different uses for them. But it's called a Stream Deck. I know a lot of people know about these, but this one's actually on sale right now. Now, you might want to just give it a shot. This is 27% off. I still say this is the best name. But if you want to give it a shot, you just don't want to spend, a ton of money. You want a cheaper one. Here we go. This is the one I recommend. I do not know how to say it. VSD inside, macro keyboard. Only $40 right now on the Prime deal. It's usually about $50, $48. 4.6 though, look at that. So that's what you're looking for out of a 5. So a lot of people like this. So this is a really cheap one, but if you look at it, it's going to obviously, I think the resolution on it's not as good as the other one as far as the buttons when you actually pre-program them. It looks really good here, but in reality, it's not going to be that good. But overall, I mean, you can program it just the same way because it's really simple, macro keys basically you program in there. And you can go ahead and get this for $40.79. So if you want to give it a shot, maybe you don't know if you have a full use for it, and you will, trust me, because there's a ton of things you have to do on your computer that you can hit a button and have it launch a whole bunch of browsers, use shortcuts. You can do a whole bunch of different things, not browsers, but applications and stuff. It's just the sky's the limit. So definitely check this out. I think it's one of the better deals. Okay, so maybe you want to move up to a 4K monitor, or maybe you just want another one, but you don't want to break the bank. I think this is the cheapest, best 4K monitor you can buy. So what is it right here? The Asus 27-inch 4K eye care monitor. It's well, you get the idea. Here's the code here. You can look that up. $184. It's 26% off right now, usually $250. And again, 27-inch 4K resolution here. 3-year warranty on it by Asus. How could you go wrong with that? I think that is the cheapest 4K for a 27-inch. You guys can post in the comments. There might be some other off-brand names and stuff like that you might get a little bit more on. But overall, even the ratings, 4.6 out of 5, 3,600 have been bought. There you go. For this next product, I have some open ear headphones, and I'll show you some close-ups as I'm talking about this. This is one of my new favorite kind of headphone products for the cost. I don't like to spend a lot of money. First of all, they're beautiful. Take a look at the design of these things. They actually, online they don't look that great, like on this picture here, but in reality up close, they're like kind of silver and gray. They look really, really good. And they actually, what they do is they're open ear headphones. They clip onto your ears in a specific way, so they're not wedged way into your ears like most headphones are. They actually kind of, they sit on the back and they kind of, I'll show you some pictures here of someone wearing hearing them, but you can see how they kind of sit in the ear there. Now, the reason I love this is because the sound is really good on them. And if you look over here, they're $24 right now, 64% off. And I'll put a discount code in the video description. So check out that discount code on top of it. I think it might be on top. I don't know if, when the sale goes, it'll definitely work after that. But 24 bucks is a steal for these things. Trust me. The sound's actually really good. And the beauty of it with open ear headphones like this is you can still hear other things, but hear the music really clearly. I use these for like watching TV, via Bluetooth. So in case someone's breaking into my house, I can still hear it. I'm not totally like immersed in it, but the sound is really good actually. And you can see the beautiful design here. Okay, this also has Bluetooth 5.4. It's also got a 13mm driver for bass, which actually works really well. Also, it's touch sensitive, so you can go ahead and control songs, back and forth and all those type of things, pausing songs, take calls, stuff like that. And you can click anywhere. It's actually sensitive anywhere, including the stem. So you're not like looking for a very specific area. It works really well. And some of the best features of this thing as well, and this is my favorite feature, is it'll actually adjust. So you can take them out of the box, put them in either ear. You're not looking for a small L or R, and it knows which ear it's in, and it makes the sound perfect for you. I hate looking at that thing with bad eyes and trying to figure out if it's an R or an L. So these things, solve that. They solve it for me, basically. So definitely pick these up. These are by Joyroom, and again, it's more of a inexpensive pair, but I think for the cost, you will be pleasantly surprised, and they're actually waterproof, so perfect for like workouts and stuff like that. Check them out. Okay, I got like 50 more, so we got to pick up the pace here. What do we have next? We got the Anker Solix C300 DC power bank. I love this deal. It's 40% off right now, $149. You can see it here. It's up, 288 watt hours. So this is a great thing to take with you, especially for camping or just short excursions and stuff, because it's got this light on it. Look at this pop-up little lantern. It's also got USB-A, USB-C in here as well. You can go ahead and charge it. With the, there's obviously charge ports in there from solar. You get the idea. Definitely check out the link in the video description. But for $149, if you're not used to kind of these power banks, this is a great one just to kind of get your feet wet. Check it out. This next thing over here is kind of a low price alert for one of these type of monitors. And I actually have this, this monitor is made by a couple different companies, I believe, and it's actually a good monitor right here. This is the MNN portable monitor, 15.6 inch, 1080p. Look at this, $59 right now, 33% off, usually around $90. It's on the Prime deal, 4.4 out of 5, 9,000 or 10,000 have been bought. I actually have one sitting over there. It's by YKK, but it's very similar to this one. And it looks like it's exactly the same. Overall, I think it's a great deal. I mean, it's 1080p, but at that size, that's all you need, trust me. Let's move into a gaming system. If you're a gamer out there, maybe you're not on the Mac ecosystem, we got one for you right here. This is by MSI. It's called the R2 here, AI gaming desktop setup. Look at the specs on this. It's got an Intel Ultra 9, 285, GeForce RTX 570 Ti, not just the 570, but this 570 Ti. That's like a $900 card just by itself, graphics card. 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte M.2 drive, and the whole setup here for $21.99, usually $28.99. So you're getting, what is that? I mean, that's obviously $700, $600 or $700 off. Prime Day deal right now. And it's by a good company, MSI, so you can trust it. Nice design here. Look at this as well. They don't show you too much of it here overall, but it is what it is. There it is right there. You can see it in there with the card and everything. So if you wanted to try to build it yourself, with everything in there, this also comes with, looks like Windows 11 Home. That's another, $100 there. So it might be close, but if you have to know exactly what you're doing, you might be able to build it for a little bit cheaper. But I think that's a really good deal for what that is, obviously. Pretty good, right? Okay, let's keep moving. We got a laptop here. Dell. You like Dell laptops? Well, this is a nice one right here. This is going to be Dell. This is actually another one. Actually, I lied. This is from Microcenter as well. Dell 16 Plus DB16250, 16-inch laptop, ice blue. Look at this. It's got an Ultra 9, Core Ultra 9 CPU in here, 3.3 gigahertz from Intel, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte SSD, $1,600. Usually it's down to $999 on the Microcenter. Really crazy deal here. And let me see if there's a lot in stock here. It says 2 in stock in Chicago. They're all over the place. They keep filling them. Like once the stock goes out, it comes back. So just check them. Get to the Microcenter and pick these up. That's a great deal. That's a 16-inch with all that power, the Core 9, 32 gigs of RAM. It's crazy, right? Good deal. All right, next one over here, if you're kind of a cheaper gamer, you don't want to spend as much as the last gaming system I showed you, we got right over here, the Asus Tough Gaming A14. This is going to be $899, 25% off, usually about $1,200. 4.4 out of 5, so good ratings here. So what's the claim to fame? It's got a GeForce RTX 4050, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD for $899 on a laptop. That's not bad. Now the 4050 is going to be not the fastest one out there, but it's going to be good to play so many games. I mean, do your own research on that, on the actual graphics card there. It's great. I mean, the other one was a 4070 Ti, which is going to be a lot faster, but this one can play so many games, it's unbelievable. So, do your own research on what games it can play, but trust me, it can play most of them. You just have to go in a little bit lower settings. All right. Next one here, we have a monitor. We have the Samsung 32-inch Odyssey G55C. You can see here it's $199. This is usually $329, so it's almost 40% off in this Prime Day deal. And let me just see here. Let's kind of scroll down to see it's a 1440p resolution. So obviously perfect for gaming. Even if you're on a Mac, 1440p is actually, the resolution is perfect because you can actually downscale halfway and you're not going to lose kind of any scaling there. So if you want a Mac and you don't need, full 4K, this is going to be a perfect pickup. It's 32 inches as well. $199, can't go wrong there. Good name from Samsung as well. Okay, talking about Samsung, we got now an SSD drive. If you like SSD drives and you actually want the heatsink on them, maybe it's for a PlayStation, maybe you have the room in your enclosure because these will cool better. Take a look at this Samsung 990 Pro with the heatsink SSD, 1 terabyte, $94 right now, usually $140, 32% off. And then this is a great, obviously we know what the 990 Pro is. It's one of the best drives out there. Super fast, 7450 megabytes per second. So if you're looking for that, that's one of the ones. And if you want another alternative to this with the heatsink on it as well, maybe for a PS3 or something like that, or PS4, I'm sorry, here we go. Western Digital Black. This is going to be 4 terabytes SN850X NVMe drive. This is down to $279 for 4 terabytes, usually $379, 26% off right now with the heatsink in here. My only thing with this is if you actually pick up these and you have an external enclosure, make sure it can fit it with the heatsink because these things actually have the extra layer on them to actually help control the heat. Oh yeah, one of my favorite external SSD drives that I keep talking about is right over here. This is on sale now, the SK Hynix Beetle X31. This is 1 terabyte. This is down to $62 right now. Usually, what is it? Usually about $87 or $89. So good deal. The reason I love this is a lot of people don't realize SK Hynix Beetle. SK Hynix actually has stuff in a lot of the Mac computers, so it's a very good company. Mac, Apple trusts them for some of their parts. So here we go with a great drive, and I've tested this drive. It's one of those drives you just, you don't have to worry about things being corrupt. It's a really good drive. 4.6 out of 5. Look at that. You don't get ratings like that on SSDs too often, and when you do, they're pretty good. Okay. On my last video, I talked about the Samsung Frame TV. If you want something a little bit cheaper, this is a good one. Again, I love Hisense. I have a couple in my house. Right over here, Hisense 65-inch QLED 4K. This is the S7N. They call it the Canvas TV because they can't call it the Frame TV, but it's exactly like the Frame TV. You can see it in here, some of these pictures, and you get the idea. It's basically the same thing, and they just kind of copied it. And this is 31% off. It's $897.99 right now, so usually around $1,300. The good thing is if you want to spend less, you can get the 55-inch down here for $688. So obviously, if you want to give it a shot, that's a good price. You can also go up to 75-inch, but that jumps quite up to $13.99. Overall, I think this is a great TV and a great price. And 4.6 again out of 5. Whenever you get those type of ratings on a TV too, it's good. Okay, maybe you're an Xbox player, you need another controller. Here we go. Xbox wireless gaming controller, Robot White. $47.49. They're 27% off right now, usually $64. Now, obviously, the reason I'm more of a Mac channel, but you can use these on Macs. I actually use Microsoft. These are perfect for using on Macs because they actually do have Bluetooth, all that kind of stuff built into them. So if you play games, like you can play flight simulators, you can play whatever you want, even on a Mac, also a PC, also your Xbox, you can buy one of these things and they work phenomenally. So check it out, $47, and you can't go wrong there. Here we go. SD card, SD cards. You can't have enough of them, right? Here we go. This is the one I actually use personally in all of my filming. SanDisk 128 gig Extreme Pro. This is going to be a C10 U3 V30 card for all the people that know what that means. And then here we go. $18. That's about almost 25% off. It's usually $25. Not a huge savings there, obviously, when we're talking such a small price, but you might as well save where you can. Okay, speakers now. If you want some good white studio monitors, all right? they want to look good with your environment. Remember I showed you that keyboard a little while ago, how cool it was? You want something that looks really well. I recommend these actually. These are ones I've tested before. They work really well. Here we go. It's right here. This is called, the name of the company is Sanyun, and you've probably heard these before. This is the SW208 active Bluetooth 5, basically 5.0 Bluetooth speakers. 60 watts though. You can see the pictures in here. They're actually really attractive as far as the design of them, all right? And they are Bluetooth 5.0 as well. And look at this, $55.99 right now. So they're usually around 70 bucks. See if I can get down to some people actually having them and just show you what they look like. Okay, you can see them in here, back in here. These people actually have them sitting way back there. They're hard to see. They're actually up here as well. But you get the idea. They actually look really good. I mean, maybe some of these setups don't. Here's a better picture of them right here. So if you're looking for like a really clean setup and you want some really cool speakers that sound phenomenal for what they are for 55 bucks or whatever they were, I think that was 55 bucks, definitely pick those up. Those I've actually tested personally. And they're not going to be obviously like $200-300 speakers, but they're really good for monitors and for that cost. Okay. Power stations. And now I do a lot of things on power stations every so often, and I try to find only the best deals. And I think this is one of them. This is from DJI over here. DJI Power 1000 portable power station. I like this deal because it's 10,000 or 1,024 watt hours. That's going to be sufficient for a lot of stuff. Trust me. If you go on a full day camping, you can hook up lights, you can hook up fans, you can do a lot of stuff with 1,024 watt hours. It's also got the Life PO4 battery, which is going to be a little bit safer. These are the newer technology batteries as far as fires and stuff like that. So peak up to 2,200 watts. But look at the price, 58% off right now. Usually around $1,000, which may not be true, but they're usually about $6 something. Now it's only 417 bucks. Comes with plugs in the front, USB-A, USB-C. You can connect solar to it. It's just a great overall system if you're kind of camping or doing anything like that. So let's keep moving though. Okay, this next product, I just wanted to show you that I actually have it sitting right here. And I'm going to be doing more of not so much a review of it, but I'll have it in one of my other videos, maybe in the Apple News sooner or later, and show you about this because I love this product. It's one of the best sounding, mid-range type headphones you can buy, or like earbuds. Right over here. This is called the Ace Fast Ace Fit Pro open ear headphones. These are open air as well, just like the other ones I showed you. Night safety mode for sports. You get I'm not going to go through all the settings in this video because we don't have enough time, but it's down to 92 bucks right now. So it's usually $126, $92.79. Comes in various colors down here as well. And just overall, really good sounding headphones. Look at the rating, 4.8 out of 5 right here. 56 people bought this. So I'll kind of do more of I'll talk about this more in an upcoming video because I just love these headphones as well. So if you're looking for a more mid-range, the Joyroom before was more of a lower range. This is more of a mid-range. This is going to be a pick that I kind of recommend. Okay, TVs. Maybe you want a cheap TV for the basement. Obviously you have kids and stuff. Right over here, Insignia 65-inch. This is the F50 class. So right over here, $279, usually $449, 38% off Prime Day deal. Think about this for a second. 65-inch 4K TV for $279, all right? Okay, mini PCs. If you like mini PCs, Windows side, not the Mac Minis. Here we go. We got a couple of them. This first one's actually a great name in them, and it's a really powerful system. Geekom AE8, mouthful, Max Mini Desktop Computer. It's got a powerful Ryzen 7 8745HS in it, up to 4.9 gigahertz, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD. You can see it in here for $483 right now. It's usually $569. The reason I love this is that this is actually a pretty good name in the mini PCs. Also, let me just click on this. If I can get in here, let me get in here. The front of it, you're going to have to go ahead and put a couple like USB-A to C dongles because it's all USB. A on the front. You got an SD card reader on the side, but the back is where it is. Right here, it's got a 40 gigabit per second USB-C, 40 gigabit per second USB-C. It's got 2 Ethernet. You got a couple more USB-A. You got the power and a couple HDMI. So overall, it's a great system. You just add some Windows to that, or if you want to run Linux on it, it's a phenomenal system. I looked it up. It's comparable to like a M3 chip. I mean, so as far as the multi-core score, so it's a really fast chip there. $483. That's if you're obviously not in the Apple ecosystem. And now if you're cheap again, if you just want to kind of dabble in this, maybe you want it for like a TV, one of these little computers, these mini computers. Here's a cheap one, but it's got some good specs. And if you add everything up, it's almost impossible to make it yourself. Here's the Ace Magician. It's the K1 mini gaming PC. It's got a Ryzen 7, look at this, 5700U, all right, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD. And I looked it up, it comes with Office as well. So Office is going to be included for $248. 38% off, usually $400. So if you start adding everything up, I mean, the cost of Office is like $100. That's a 148. It brings it down to 148. You got to buy the Ryzen chip. You got to buy the SSD. You got to buy the RAM. I mean, it's impossible to get something like this for this. So overall, $248 is a no-brainer there if you just want a basic computer. But with that Ryzen, you're going to be able to do anything really on Windows. Anything like documents, work, Zoom calls. Good system overall. All right. One here for the Apple ecosystem. Let's get into it. We've seen this a lot, but it's on sale again. Apple AirPods 4 wireless earbuds, $119. This is one of the better deals from Apple. You never see 34% off from Apple. $179 usually. Can't beat that. You got to, when they give you the deal, take it. Trust me, because Apple's not, they're usually pretty stingy. Okay, this next thing is actually something you don't think you need, but I've actually used one of these, and it's great, all right? Right over here, the Anker Prime Charger, 200-watt, 6-port GAN charging station, mouthful. So it's only $55, 20% off, usually $70. So why do you pick something like this up? Let me actually click on it right in here. So obviously, it's just a cord like this, but you get 2 USB-A and then 4 USB here, 4 USB-Cs, and it's up to 200 watts. So what this is kind of a charging station. So you plug this in, you get the 200 watts, and what you can do is you can charge multiple things, up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things at once. So if you have it on your desk, instead of like relying on a plug that goes into the wall, this will be sitting on your desk. You can charge up to 6 different things, like your laptop, like your earphones, like anything you want, all at once. You don't have to worry about multiple plugs, multiple cables everywhere. The thing adjusts to the right power so it doesn't overpower devices. It's just great for $55. It's something you don't think you need until you actually try it. And then you're like, why didn't I use it, right? Okay, we're back to speakers now. This one's actually a name that I totally trust. So we went over some speakers earlier. This one I think is the best name out of all of them by far. People probably will actually let me know that I'm correct here. Right over here. This is the Edifier, or I guess Edifer. It depends how you want to say it. But it's the R1280TS, all right? But the $122 right now, 28% off, usually $170 roughly, somewhere in that range, Prime Day sale. Look at 4.6. These people, agree with me as well. Out of 5, over close to 2,000 people bought this. Again, these are going to be bookshelf kind of speakers for your computer. You're going to have to like the look and feel, and here it has a controller with it. But I mean, these are phenomenal kind of monitor speakers again. So if this look is good for you from Edifer, but definitely check out their name overall, because they make like maybe 50 or 60 different types of speakers, and everyone's got that 4.6 to 4.8 rating on them. Really good speakers, again, for the cost. You're not spending $800, right? Okay, standing desks. You guys like standing desks? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Well, you want to finally pull the trigger. Here's one of the best deals I've seen. FlexiSpot. This is the EN1 whole piece standing desk set, 48 by 24 inches. Down to $99, so it's 41% off right now, usually $169. So that's a huge savings there. I mean, 41% off on a standing desk. You got to, obviously they have different sizes down here and different colors and everything, so the price might change depending on the size and the color. But for the black one right here, and for this size, if you can fit it somewhere where you want to stand half the day, I mean, this is good for your health and stuff like that, so I recommend it, all right? Okay, we have a new one for the channel. I don't think I've ever done a lawnmower. I'm going to classify this as tech. So here we go. This is the Greenworks 80-volt, 21 brushless, cordless push lawnmower. Mouthful. $244 off. I wanted to put this in here because it's 51% off, usually $500. It says it's got up to about a 45-minute, well, actually here it says, well, 60-minute rapid charge, which is kind of cool, but I think it can go up to about 40 to 45 minutes of cutting time before you have to actually, put in another battery or recharge it. So if you look in here, it's all full wireless and stuff. Obviously, it's electric, and $244. I mean, if you have a smaller lawn, if you have a massive lawn, that's maybe not going to be enough time, but if you can do the front in about 20 minutes and the back in about 20 minutes, $244 is perfect for that, all right? Almost half off. Now we're on to some more screens here. Alienware. You guys heard the name Alienware? They make some pretty good monitors overall. This one's actually rated highly. So right over here, Alienware 34-inch curved gaming monitor. You can see it here. AW3425DWM. Geez, 180 hertz, 1 millisecond display. You get the idea. $309. So this is usually around $400. It's 23% off right now. And let me just see if I can get in here and show you some of the pictures. Nothing, nothing's too incredible in here as far. I like the way it looks. So it's very clean on the back. You can see it here. It's got the little Alienware guy over here if you like that. In the front of it's, well, that's the back of it again. The front of it's pretty clean too. Let me get to the front. Right here, you can see it. So overall, I think that's a great deal. $309. I mean, that's one of the lowest price lists I've seen on it. So if you're looking for a widescreen, this is a good option. Okay, so if you're not a pixel peeper on screens and monitors, this one might be a good one for you. 32 inches, 1440p, scales well with Macs as well, cheap. ViewSonic, it's the VS3225 2K, so it's 159 bucks, usually around 189, but I think this is one of the cheaper ones you can buy for 1440p, so it's going to be obviously, you got to take it with a grain. It's not 4K, but it's way better than 1080p, trust me, and it's 32 inches, so this is a great monitor to have a little bit further from you for data, stocks, things like that. At this cost, 159 bucks, you can't go wrong with that, and like I said, it's better than 1080p for sure. It's going to be a way higher resolution. All right. We got an Apple Watch. What do we have on sale now? We've seen this a lot. It's on sale again. Apple Watch Series 10 here. I think this is a low price alert though. I'd seen it for $299. It's down to $279 right now. 30% off, usually 4.7 out of 5. Great, obviously great quality here. But I think that's a low price alert. This is the 42 millimeter as well, but the brand new Series 10. So that's the full black one, very, very standard one you can find anywhere. I think that's overall a great deal. And then we're going to keep moving to more Apple stuff. We got the Apple iPad Mini A17 Pro. So again, I wanted to show this case because this is going to be 20 bucks cheaper. It's the low price alert than I normally show it. It's down to $379. Usually it's $399 on sale. Usually $499, obviously the regular cost, but that's going to be 24% off by Apple on the Mini. So that's a low price alert. So pick it up and get the most money you can from Apple, and kind of, because they're always getting you on it. So get them once. Another product that's new to my channel now, I think I've never had this on my channel either, is a robot vacuum. Right over here. This is the Roborock Q7 M5 Plus Robo Vacuum. $249 right now. The reason I wanted to showcase this is 42% off, usually $429, down to $249. You can see it here. Pretty solid rating at 4.2 out of 5. You're going to never get a 5 on these things because people, they end up finding problems because it doesn't, they can't go over a quart or something. You have to know what you're getting into with these robot vacuums for sure. But this one's actually a pretty good name for sure, and it's a good vacuum, and it's almost half off. I mean, look at that. That's pretty crazy. So if you want to pick one up, there it is. All right. Graphics cards. We don't have too many of these on the channel either because they're not always on sale, but we have one on sale today. Here's the Asus. This is going to be a GeForce RTX 560 Ti. So it's the Ti version of the 560, so a little bit more advanced. 8 gigabytes only though, and it's what is it, $398, usually $469. So we got 15% off. Again, there's not a lot of sales on graphics cards going around right now. So whenever you can get one, this one's not bad. They make a version of this with 16 gigs of RAM, so this is more of the dumbed down version of it. But overall, it's still not a bad deal. Okay, we just talked about the Apple Watch, but if you're maybe in the Google ecosystem, here we go. Google Pixel Watch 3, 45 millimeter, so it's going to be a little bit larger circle here, circular design. Latest model though, $284. Look at this deal. Usually $400, $284, or almost 30% off. People love this. 4.4 out of 5, 24-hour battery. And I have a Google phone. I've never had a Google Watch. Post in the comments, is it a good watch or not? Do you like, I kind of like the circle sometimes. I kind of like the way the Apple looks. So I don't know. It's like one of those things. It's pure preference there. Cheap TVs. I love cheap TVs. We got another one for you right over here. Roku Smart TV 2025, 40-inch here, 1080p, 180 or basically 180, right? 22% off. It's usually $230. So the reason I like recommending this, 4.6 out of 5, high ratings, and it comes with Roku. So just think about this for a second. If you were to go out and get a Roku player, like a more of a higher end one, let's say it's $50, that means the TV is $129 really for a 40-inch TV. You can't go wrong. This is perfect for your bedroom because you want to watch all your shows, Netflix, YouTube, stuff like that. Watch my channel. There we go. 180. That's a steal, right? Okay. I know people like this. My wife's like this, but there's a lot of people that basically like Sony. Like they won't buy anything other than Sony. It's those type of people, right? If that's you, we got one for you over here. Here's the Sony ULT Field 1 waterproof portable Bluetooth speaker. $83, 36% off, usually $130. So they don't usually discount their stuff too much. 4.6 out of 5 on the ratings here. They have a few colors down here, although I don't know if they're all the same price. It looks like there's some really cool. Look at that. That orange is, obviously, I love that thing. They got green in there as well. This is going to be, what is it, IP67 rated dustproof, shockproof, rustproof, detachable strap. Long story short, you get the idea. If you like Sony and that's kind of your vibe there, then we got one for you. If you want something a little bit cheaper, you don't care about that, price is important. One will sound not as good, but comparable, close. Here we go, Anker Soundcore 2 portable Bluetooth speaker, down to $27.97, 38% off, usually $44, $45. Look at that. And again, this is going to have, I believe it might be a IPX7 waterproof, 24-hour playtime, Bluetooth, all that stuff built into it for $27 by Anker. So if you're cheap, that might be the one for you. Here we go back to Sony now. So these things are always on sale, but this is probably the best price I've seen them at so far. Sony, this is going to be a mouthful as well. WH-1000XM4. They're incredible headphones. Look at this, 4.6 out of 5. Everyone loves these headphones. $349 usually, they're down to $184, almost 50% off. Look at that, that's amazing. This nice blue color, and they actually have a white color. It looks like it's $193, a little bit more in the black. But if you like the blue, that's the cheapest, $184. And these have phenomenal sound, trust me. I've actually tested these multiple times. I love them. I don't like spending a ton on headphones. So if I was going to buy like something like the Apple ones, I would pick these up instead. These are probably just as good in sound, and they're going to be just close on the design as well. I like the design of them. The blue looks actually really good. Okay, being a Mac channel, I do a lot of stuff with M4 Mac Minis and stuff. I've talked about them a lot on my channel. Here's one that I kind of haven't done actually, but I recommend this one because it's very similar. Here's the Mac Mini M4 dock it says with 4. It doesn't come with 4 terabytes. You can put up to a 4 terabyte M.2 in it, all right? So here we go, $65. You've seen these docks before. Let me actually click on it. So $65 is what is it, 34% off. So in here, the SSD goes in the bottom of it. There's a little door here. And then on the front of it, you get all these different ports. You get SD card readers, a 10 gigabit per second port over here, 10 gigabit on the front, 2 USB-A. Now, the reason I like this is because, obviously, you get the SSD. That's the key here it's basically the cost of a normal kind of enclosure here, but it's you get all the extra stuff in here. And it's a hub as well. But I mean, look at the rating of this one. It's a 4.6 out of 5. And you don't usually get this on these kind of enclosures. Now, I haven't tested this one personally, but I think at 30, it's usually around $100. So I think this might be when you might want to, buy it and check it out and see if it works. If not, you can always return it. But it looks like from everyone using it, it's actually, working really well for them. Okay, this next one, if you're somebody that likes to buy some tech and then have everyone come over to your house to kind of show it off, this one could be for you. This is going to be the Hisense 100-inch Class U7 Mini LED. Check this out, 50% off, usually $5,000, $24.97, 100-inch TV. So it's expensive, right? Limited time only, but it's 50% off right now. So if you can imagine a 100-inch TV hanging on your wall, again, you can bring all your friends over and they can kind of lust over it, right? Who knows, right? But Hisense, like I said, I have them in my house. I love them. So half off, you can't go wrong with that. I just wanted to show you that deal. Okay, we have a camera now. So if you're a Canon person, we got one for you. Here's the Canon EOS RP full-frame mirrorless vlogging portable digital camera. So it looks like it's going to be good for video as well. 27% off, usually about $1,100 now. It's going to be $799. Amazon choice. 4.6 out of 5. Obviously, it does not look like it comes with the lens. So you have to add the lens to it, but that's a really good price for this camera. They don't usually have, Canon's like never has that, ton of sales. I've noticed that. Some other places do, but Canon's usually not, so definitely pick that up. All right, so we have some more earbuds for you. This is more of a unique design here by Beats right over here. You don't see these too often. This is the Beats Flex wireless earbuds. And these are going to be Apple W1 headphone chips. So they're obviously, Apple owns Beats. $39 right now. So that's 43% off on these. $69, $70 usually. Look at that huge sale. They come in yellow. So if you like these colors, look at that. These are also great because they wrap around your head. So if they fall off when you're running or if you're doing something active, you're not going to lose them. That's usually what these are for. But $39 for Beats right now. Really good sound. It's got a 4 point something out of 5. Really good sound. Okay, this next brand is a brand that I actually did a couple of videos on a while back, and I like them. I haven't used these exactly, but look at the reviews here. It's got a 4.6 out of 5. This is the JLab JBuds Luxe. This is the more Luxe edition. $47.49 right now, 41% off, usually $80. Look at this up close. The color is really cool. So it's kind of cool green color. Take a look at that. They also have a black or kind of a grayish black, kind of a maroon. And then what is this? Kind of a whitish color, a little bit darker white. $47.49. People love this thing. Almost 3,000 people bought it at 4.6 out of 5. So I think this is a good mid-range headphone there on sale as well. But I mean, just to let you know, I've used them before, and it's a pretty quality sound. So I haven't used those ones specifically, but I mean, they've been around for a long time. Now, if you want something more kind of mainstream, we have right here the JBL Tune 510BL Bluetooth, obviously. $27 for JBL, usually $50. So these aren't usually that expensive, but they're 44% off. $27. So if you like name brands, you don't want to be using something you've never heard of before, it matters to you, check those out. Okay, this next one's kind of a cool, interesting product because I haven't seen it before for backup storage. And it's not on sale, but there's a huge coupon right over here. It's the Oracle Mini Tower 2. See it right here, $129. right in there. It's got a coupon right now for 27% off though, off that cost. So it's going to be closer to about $100 there. So what is this thing? If you take a look, let me just kind of click on this picture here first. It's basically going to be an enclosure where you can put two 3.5-inch drives here. You put the top on. It's also got an M.2 drive capable in here. It's going to be 10 gigabit per second. So you're going to maybe get like, not the fastest, but maybe 800 megabytes per second here. You're going to get spinning speeds over here for more large storage. But beyond this, the reason this is cool is it does have built-in RAID. So if I kind of scroll down here, it's got the hardware RAID. So it's got these little dial on the front here. You can go through all these different RAID modes by flipping this little switches here. So you can go through any RAID level that you want, and it's not just like Apple RAID. It's going to be full hardware RAID. So I like that. And then on top of it, as a bonus, you get the SD card readers, and you get these extra ports in here. This is where your PC plugs in right here. And then you get a bunch of USB-A, the power button, and some SD cards. So for around $100, I mean, it's an interesting product. I haven't tested it myself. Maybe I will in the future. I think that's kind of cool. I love those kind of like products that have all those different features built in. Okay, soundbar for your TV, Amazon. They got a sale right now going on. Take a look. This is the Amazon Fire TV soundbar, newest model, 2.0 speaker, $84. Good sale here. Usually around $120. So as you know, Amazon kind of like gets the technology from other places and remakes it. So they're usually pretty good. It's usually kind of a mid-range type technology. And so if you're looking for a soundbar for $84.99, I believe that's going to be pretty good. I believe it's going to probably have Alexa and all that stuff built into it as well, because it's going to be Amazon, made by them. So check that out. Okay, this is actually a cool product because if you have a garage door, obviously, and you don't have it programmable, you can buy one of these things and make it that way. Take a look. This is the MyQ Smart Garage Door Video Keypad right here. So it's got a whole bunch of things built into it. It's usually $100, and it's only $34.28 right now. It's got a 4.2, and it's obviously almost 30,000 people bought this. #1 bestseller. So what is it? So basically, it's got a camera built into it, just like kind of where you can see someone walking up to it. It's also got a keypad for your garage door. It works with Chamberlain, LiftMaster, and Craftsman openers. So definitely check out the website. But you can actually program it. I believe it works through the actual, some kind of a Wi-Fi signal or something. But you basically will program in your code. It'll open up the garage from the outside. But also, it's got that camera, all for $34.28. You can't go wrong there. I think that's kind of how we're going to wrap this up. 66% off on that. You can't really beat a 66% deal, can you? Alrighty. I hope you guys like these videos. This one wasn't my best, but I had to just throw one in there for the second or third day here. And we'll talk to you in the next one. Definitely check out my other video I did I think it was 2 days ago. They had more of the kind of mainstream sales in that one. And next week, starting tomorrow, I'll do a video, I think, on Saturday-ish for my Apple News, because I'm more of a Mac channel. So stay tuned for that. And then I'm going to get into more, obviously, my Mac stuff and how I kind of evolved my channel all about Apple. So if you like Apple products, Apple tech, Apple everything, subscribe. Also, I do a lot of tech products like this. We will talk to you in the next one. Peace.